What's the one thing that keeps most people from financial freedom? It's not a missing opportunity. It's a mismatch between expectations and reality. Today, I'll show you 7 rules that let you build freedom in a chaotic economy, tariffs, recessions, AI disruption without quitting your job. This is Money Studio, where we explain how money and technology shape your future. If this helps, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to never miss your daily edge. Here's the hard truth. Freedom begins when your lifestyle is cheaper than your peace of mind. You don't have to retire tomorrow, and you don't need a windfall. You need a plan that lowers pressure, increases options, and compounds small wins. Start by asking what life would feel free to you if your income stayed the same. When you define enough, you stop chasing an ever-moving finish line. Rule 1. Manage expectations before net worth. If your desires grow faster than your savings, freedom keeps running away. People with modest incomes can feel richer than people with 8 figures. When expectations are low and routines are simple, design simple pleasures that cost almost nothing: walking, reading, cooking, family time. Every dollar you don't need is a dollar you don't have to earn under stress. That is independence in disguise. Rule 2. Buy slack, build room for error. The economy is fragile, layoffs happen, and businesses break. A crisis doesn't create the need for a cushion, it merely exposes it. Aim to save 9 to 12 months of core living costs. Think of this as buying time, not hoarding cash. Time buys better decisions. You negotiate from strength. You pass on bad deals and you stop taking panic risks. Track your baseline expenses, automate transfers into a separate buffer account, and increase the buffer each time your fixed costs drop. Rule 3. Lower fixed costs to raise freedom per dollar. Most people chase more income but keep increasing lifestyle. Overhead, bigger mortgages, expensive cars, subscriptions they don't use. Freedom is the opposite. Reduce what your life costs to run. Keep reliable, not flashy. Rent or buy for utility, not status. Cancel recurring waste. Redirect the released cash into your buffer and into assets you own. Every fixed cost you cut is a permanent raise to your freedom. Rule 4. Keep your job. Build systems after hours. Quitting too soon replaces pressure from a boss with pressure from bills. Use your paycheck as a safety net while you test scalable income streams. Pick one avenue that fits your strengths and your schedule: digital products, client services with processes, content that compounds, small software, or a simple niche site. Block 7 to 10 focused hours per week. Consistency beats intensity. Create a tiny production line plan on Sunday. Build on weeknights, ship on Friday, review on Saturday. Reuse templates. Batch similar tasks. Track one metric that matters for each system: leads per week, sales per 100 visits, retention per cohort, and improve that by 10% every cycle. Rule 5. Own assets that work when you don't. Salary pays the bills, ownership buys your time back. Turn surplus cash into assets that throw off cash flow or appreciate while you sleep. Simple beats. Exotic broad index funds held for years. Cash-flowing digital products. A small operating business with standard procedures. Or a low-maintenance rental. Once your buffer is full, reinvest output into the system that produced it. Ownership compounds, consumption doesn't. Rule 6. Protect your downside with automation. Freedom dies from unforced errors, missed payments, late taxes, impulse buys, and mismatched risks. Automate bill pay and savings so decisions happen once. Create thresholds if buffer drops below 9 months. Pause. Discretionary upgrades. If a project's churn rises above a set line, fix retention before buying growth. If your portfolio concentration exceeds your risk comfort, rebalance. Add a written checklist for big decisions. Define the goal, estimate the downside, cap the loss, and give yourself a cooling-off period. Boring guardrails create exciting results. Rule 7. Define status on your own terms. Humans chase status by default: houses bigger than they need, cars they don't enjoy maintaining, obligations that steal their calendar. Real freedom is the ability to ignore scripts that don't fit you. Write your enough number for the next 3 years, not forever 3 years. Describe your ideal day on a normal Tuesday. Wake time, work block, family time, exercise, reading, lights out. If your calendar mirrors that Tuesday more often than not, you are already rich in the way that counts. The money then becomes a tool to protect that schedule, not a score in someone else's game. Let's turn this into action you can do this week. Audit your fixed costs and identify 3 easy kills you won't miss. Redirect those dollars into your buffer. Pick one income system that fits the way you like to work. If you dislike selling, build an anonymous digital product, guided by honest reviews and solve a painful niche problem. If you like people, start a simple service with a premium outcome. And a repeatable checklist. Write a one-page plan, the next 3 tiny steps, the metric you'll improve, and the failure you're willing to tolerate. Next, schedule protected time. 2 90-minute blocks midweek, and a 3-hour sprint on the weekend can change everything over 12 months. You don't need 80-hour weeks. You need clean hours. Put your phone in another room. Close everything except the tool you are using. Work from a template so you don't start from zero. Ship something small every week, 1 page. 1 feature, 1 video, 1 outreach list. While you build, make your buffer visible. Print a simple tracker that shows months of expenses saved. Each month you fill another square. Your stress declines and your patience rises. Patience lets compounding do its job. Compounding is not just an investment concept. It applies to skills, reputation, relationships, and processes. Small weekly reps turn into a portfolio of leverage. Better inputs. Create better outputs without more effort. Be honest about risk. Some opportunities require sunk time before they pay. Balance them with quick feedback loops so you stay motivated. If you publish weekly content, repurpose it into 2 shorts and a newsletter. If you sell a product, collect testimonials and improve onboarding. If you offer a service, productize the deliverable, so it stops consuming your calendar. If the economy wobbles, tariffs, recessions, industry shocks, your plan doesn't change. Your buffer still matters. Your fixed costs still compound against you. Your systems still need throughput. Uncertainty is normal, fragility is optional. You do not need to predict the next headline if you have margin, low overhead, and assets you own. Here's a practical target that removes guesswork. Before you even think about leaving your job, have your buffer at 9 to 12 months and your after-hours systems, consistently producing at least 1.5 times your core monthly expenses for 6 consecutive months. That gives you room for a bad quarter, a failed experiment, or a quiet season without panic. You won't need to be brave. You'll just need to be patient. Remember, this financial freedom is a Tuesday. If you can afford to live a day you love repeatedly, without fear that one missed paycheck will erase your progress, you're on the path. You don't need a mansion, you don't need a miracle, and you don't need permission. You need expectations aligned to what actually matters, a cushion that buys smart choices, and ownership that keeps working when you rest. If this gave you clarity, take 1 step today. Cut 1 fixed cost, schedule 1 clean work block, and move $1 into your buffer. Repeat that for 52 weeks and you won't recognize your life next year. This is Money Studio. Subscribe, like, and turn on the bell for more daily insights on economy, investing, and current affairs.